Hot wedding band design trends for summer 2014. Here we are with Liz Kranyak with Premier Custom Gems. Liz, thanks so much for being here.
Great to be here. We're going to talk a little bit more about wedding bands. So, like I've said before, it is wedding band season. All of us jewelers are working crazy hard to make those custom wedding bands for you. And let's talk a little bit about the trends that we're working on right now. So, we're still doing a lot of halo rings. So, and I'm going to show you my completely out of focus ring here. And big thing with the ring that has so much shape around it, so much that's going on the outside of the band, is a fitted band. You're going to be going from store to store to store going, please, do you have something that will fit my ring? And it's going to be frustrating. It's going to be crazy. Mainly because you have your wedding with your engagement ring, and it is so unique, and having something that's pre-made is not always going to fit together. So start planning ahead. It's best to do a custom ring for something like this, because that way you have a perfect fit. When you have something with a shape and then a straight band against it, you end up with a look kind of like that. And that's not something you really want to go for. It drives a lot of people crazy. So sometimes you have a little gap under your halo where a ring will fit, which is all fine and wonderful. And then that is something you can just move on with your day. You found the perfect ring. But when you have one that has to wrap around the edges, that's something that we need to borrow your ring for a week or so. We will actually include a polish and a rhodium along with taking your ring off your hands for a little while. So that way we have a band that fits curved right around your edges here. And it'll be a perfect snug fit, and it'll work great for that. One big thing that people have been doing too is it's called a jacket. So you have one ring on one side, and then after your anniversary, you put another one on the other side. I keep all the files, so if you need another band for your custom ring, I can have one ready for you within a few weeks. But 4 to 6 weeks before your wedding, please, because that way we can have everything ready and made and perfect for your special day. That's a very important thing for custom jewelry, is you have to plan ahead.
So with the rings that you're showing us right now, it looks like there's a lot of white gold, not a lot of yellow gold.
There's still a lot of white gold going on for bridal. White gold, there's a little bit of rose gold, but I don't know if it's really in the high trend right now, and I don't know if it's really going to last very long. But white gold is contemporary. It's always going to match, and it's always going to be in style. So that's a really good way to look at things. There's a lot of trend reports right now for yellow gold. I'm still waiting to see how that goes.
And what about stones? Are you seeing anything different than the sort of traditional diamond? Are you seeing many sapphires or colored stones?
What I'm seeing is more in the engagement rings. For the idea of the wedding band is to complement your engagement ring. So if you have, say, a blue topaz on your center stone, we could always do blue topaz in your engagement ring too. And that's a very beautiful thing that could kind of accent and complement your pieces. And it would be different too. It would be something that's completely out of the ordinary. So that's something to think about. But really it's just to make these two pieces designed together and work in perfect harmony. So that's something to think about. Another thing to think about with your styles is, how is your center stone set? Center stone is always the big one in the middle. How is that set, and how is it going to relate to how your wedding band is going to be set? So this one is a very clean and modern look, and so you'll see that the wedding band with it is also really clean and modern looking. If we put it together with the pave setting, all right, it still looks kind of okay, but it's still, it doesn't work together. So that's something to think about too. And another big rule that's really important is matching the shape of your stones together. Princess cut with princess cut, round with round. Sometimes those rules can be broken, but I mean, all rules can be broken if they're done properly. But if it's, they usually tend to argue with each other, so I always recommend Round Brilliant with Round Brilliant and Princess Cut with Princess Cut, because they'll work together with the way they sparkle.
Great. So are you seeing any trends with other materials? One time I saw this couple, they had like a wood wedding band.
I've seen that too. There's a lot of like more contemporary materials with I see men's bands. So titanium, tungsten. I've seen some with wood inlay, and many other things. We do a lot with mokame. Mokame gani is a whole other story, but we have that posted up on the website already. You can have a look and look up on mokame for that. So the thing with tungsten and titanium bands is know your size and hopefully stay within that size, because they cannot be sized.
Mm, that's a very good consideration to have, definitely.
On a lathe, not the same way as gold